Alright guys, we are not live with the actual episode just yet. Uh, we are gonna go over the court results with Trooper Zoe. She's not going, I don't think she's gonna go on patrol today. But we are gonna go over the court results here. So just bear with us. We will get started on that right now. Come in. Huh? Oh, why?
Turn Jake in.
Why?
Because he's not supposed to be here.
No, he's allowed on the property.
To visit friends. I was told he's only to be here to visit friends.
Oh.
How about an ink stick?
Ain't stick. I don't know where. Right here. You may have to scribble on it for a little bit.
I was waiting for you to say something.
Alright guys, we're gonna go over some court cases before we actually are live with this episode. So after this, I will be ending this live stream and we'll go from there. So, Rose Hammer, she was charged with eluding from law enforcement, resisting without violence, destruction of public property, reckless endangerment, eluding law enforcement officer with resulting in property damage, injury, or death, and hit and run. She got a total fine of $3,515 plus 22 years and 2 months in prison. This guy right here, Arabi Farco, Arabi pronounced, got eluding arrest from law enforcement on foot and resisting without violence. He got $1,455 and 11 months in prison. This guy got expired insurance greater than 30 days and driving on suspended license. Fines of $816 and $412 for the other. Possession of LSD, ecstasy, cocaine, PCP, driving underneath the influence, first degree, and refusal of breath test. He got fined of $7,402 and 6 months in prison. This guy here, holy shit. Total fines of $36,022. 14 years and 6 months in prison. Dan Bryan got armed robbery, grand theft auto, eluding LEO on foot, resisting arrest without violence, possession of heroin, stolen ambulance, destruction of public and private property, reckless endangerment, leaving the scene of accident, evading eluding arrest, eluding law enforcement, hit and run PI, and driving underneath the second offense. Fines are $21,273, 39 years and 3 months in prison. This guy for DUI, DWI first offense got fined at $971. Same with this guy, $990 for DWI. Possession of marijuana, possession of LSD, and driving under the influence. The first one, not guilty. Fine, $394. Granted probation. Last one, driving under the influence. Fine, $598. License is suspended for 16 months plus 10 months in prison. 913 for a DWI for John Walker. This guy was found not guilty for DWI, which he tested positive for it, but sometimes that happens. Possession of LSD, ecstasy, and driving underneath the influence. Total fines of $1,525, 3 years and 7 months in prison. This guy got pretty much $61,914 in court fines, 48 years and 3 months in prison. This person got fined $2 and 9 months in prison. Warrant for arrest for failure to pay court costs. Speeding under 10. An expired driver license, he got fined $140 and $170. He got fined pretty good right there, as you could tell. All fines, no jail time for this person for his traffic offenses. John Lowell faced $6,473, 1 year and 4 months in prison. This guy right here, John May, total fines of $18,000 even, 4 years in prison. Jack Deep, fined $1,275, no prison time. This guy got fined $1,226 with no prison time. 7 years in prison, $2,203 for this character. Fine is $6,114, 8 years and 8 months in prison. Fine $6,453, 8 years in prison. $20,082, 11 years and 3 months in prison. $12,000 even, 5 years and 6 months in prison. Pays about almost $9,000 in fines, 10 years and 9 months in prison. $4 months in prison with a $1,200 fine. Fine $602. 7 years and 11 months in prison for this person for impersonating possession. $15,907 in fines, 19 years and 4 months in prison. $1,001 for his fines. $4,656 in fines and 13 years in prison. $14,002 and 22 years and 3 months in prison. $352 is his fines. 4 years and 1 month in prison, fines of $6,000. $16,000 and over $16,000 in fines, plus 17 years and 7 months in prison. 11 years and 7 months in prison. Fined at $8,878, 3 years and 11 months in prison. 3 years and 9 months in prison. No prison time for this person. 17 years and 9 months in prison. 8 years and 7 months in prison. 17 years and 11 months in prison. 37 years and 6 months in prison.
I'm gonna go out and grab my scanner and change the batteries in it, bring it down.
Okay.
And I'm gonna put this in.
Okay. Oh, this side of the table. 16 years in prison for this person. 23 years in prison for that person. 1 year and 5 months in prison. 6 years in prison. No prison time for this person. 1 year, 5 months in prison. 16 years and 11 months in prison. 2 years and 7 months in prison. $1,600 in court costs, no prison time. 15 years in prison. 14 and 8 months in prison. Ooh. This guy's got a total of $88,688 in court fines, and he has life in prison. Sucks to be him. Nothing, not guilty, no charges. 5 years and 5 months in prison. Holy shit. 67 years and 2 months in prison. This guy is not getting out. 5 years and 3 months in prison. 14 years and 1 month in prison. $883 in court fines, not guilty. $1,055. 8 months in prison. 10 months in prison. No prison time for that dude. 187. 70 years in prison and 3 months in prison. $52 years and 3 months in prison. 5 years and 1 month in prison. 10 months in prison. $522 in court fines. 94 years in prison. 7 months in prison. 15 and 4 months years in prison. $1,442 in fines. 7 years and 3 months in prison. 19 years in prison. 8 years and 1 month. 4,295 with 1 year in prison. 560 is his fines. 14 years in prison. $34,243 plus life in prison. $16 years and 7 months in prison. 9 years, 8 months in prison. Alexa, open message. 8 years and 6 months. Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
Go over in court results on lspd on YouTube on a different playlist.
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it. 7 years in prison.
Back to messages from Tiffany. Received just now.
Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
Come again?
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it.
Sending.
31 years in prison. 5 years and 2 months in prison.
Not sure.
Fine $447.
We usually do it to set the volume.
127 years and 8 months in prison. No fines, no prison time. 10 years and 3 months. 9 years and 8 months in prison. 23 years and 8 months in prison. 15 years and 6 months in prison. 32 years in prison. $3,514 in fines, 3 years in prison.
New message.
Well, guys, it looks like my game crashed, so just give me a minute. Alexa, open message.
One for Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
Are you gonna pick up your neighbors tonight or no?
Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
Oh, hell yeah. I'm always starting.
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it.
Sending.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you too.
This is America. Our fires burn bright, especially in the trash barrels that keep people warm, or after a riot because we'll come back.
Okay, we're back. $55.32 in fines. 11 years, 1 month in prison. 4 years in prison. 6 years and 3 months in prison. 9 months in prison. 4 months in prison. 77 years and 4 months in prison. 42 years and 8 months in prison. Not them found not guilty. 9 years and 10 months in prison. 8 years and 9 months in prison. Not guilty. 16 and 6 months years in prison. 2 years in prison. 10 months in prison. 1 year, 5 months in prison. 20 years and 1 month in prison. No prison time but fined $233, but he has been granted probation for possession of methamphetamine. 4 years in prison. 6 years and 4 months in prison. 1 year, 9 months in prison. Fines. No prison time. No prison time. Fines. Fines. 22 years and 5 months in prison. 21 years and 9 months in prison. 1 year, 5 months in prison. 19 years and 5 months in prison. 9 years, 8 months in prison. Fine of $403. 92 years in prison.
Wow.
And he's 26 years old.
He died in prison.
Yep. Fined 4 years in prison with a $1,000 fine. 1900. 7 years in prison. 8 years and 7 months in prison. 7 years, 6 months in prison. 20 years, 8 months in prison. 56 years and 8 months in prison. No prison time. 10 years in prison. 12 years in prison. 5 months in prison. 9 years in prison. 15 years and 1 month in prison. 12 years and 10 months in prison. 16 years and 8 months in prison. 9 years in prison. 1 month in prison. 34 years in prison. 5 years, 8 months in prison. 7 years and 10 months in prison. Fines. 9 years in prison. 36 years and 7 months in prison. 3 years and 6 months in prison. 22 years and 10 months in prison. 3 years in prison. 1 year in prison. 9 years in prison. 22 years and 5 months in prison. 32 years in prison. 11 years in prison. No prison time. 4 months in prison. 14 years and 5 months in prison. 10 years and 5 months in prison. Fine. 9 years in prison. No prison time. No prison time. 11 years in prison. 9 months in prison. 29 years and 7 months in prison. 4 years in prison. No prison time. Fine. No prison time. 12 years in prison. 9 years in prison. Holy cow. Fined.
New message.
16 years in prison, 2 months. Alexa, open up message.
One for
No
custom
prison time.
process. Sorry, I'm having trouble. Please try it in a little while. Sorry, I couldn't play.
Alexa, open message.
One for Dustin Coxis. New message. Tiffany. Sorry, I couldn't play them.
Alexa, open messages. 14 years in
One for
prison.
Dustin Coxis. 2 from Tiffany.
What?
Just now. Received just now.
13 years and 9 months in prison. Alexa, reply. What did you say in the first message?
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it.
Sending.
Fined 10 years, 3 months in prison.
That.
8.
Say that again.
Send it. Send it.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
8 years in prison. 2 years in prison. 10 years, 11 months in prison. 15 years, 11 months in prison. 2 years, 2 months in prison. No prison time. 10 years in prison.
New message.
Crashed again. Alexa, open message.
One for Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
That's disgusting, rude, humanity.
Received just now.
Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you too.
I'll be there for you. Alexa, open message.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, open messages.
One for Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
You gotta tell me how I can go right on this one.
Received just now.
Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
I like to move it, move it.
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it. Oh wait, we're back. Let's do this. Fines. Fines. Wow. All these are fines.
New message.
Alexa, open messages.
One for Dustin Coxis. From Tiffany.
You need to come over and play a game here.
Received just now.
All these are just fines. Six years in prison.
Close up again.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing it. Yep. I think we just went through a lot. No, I think I'm gonna change the intro tonight though.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Job's a joke you broke, love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, so there for you too.
was like, really? Alexa, open message.
One for Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
Why does it keep restarting itself?
Received in the last 5 minutes.
Alexa, repeat.
Why does it keep restarting itself?
Alexa, reply. The game's having a fit.
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it.
Canceling.
Oh wait, all these are...
Sorry, I'm having trouble. Please try it in a little while.
And then...
Did you crash it again?
Yeah, I think it's the compute, like... This time's have to... The Zoe.
Yep. Can't believe she's gonna be 9 this year.
Piece of crap.
What the hell was that? Look at that.
Doesn't know that I was taking frustrations out. Alexa, open message.
One for Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
Alexa, reply.
What's the message?
My dad's waiting.
Got it. Should I send it?
Send it.
Sending.
What? You said your dad was gay.
Open message. Alexa, open message.
Dustin Coxus. From Tiffany.
So my dad's waiting.
Received just now.
So she's gonna do her dad? Oh, really? That's Judy.
Yeah.
We're gonna give her a big kiss.
No.
It's knocking on the wall and there's nothing going on. Not making any noise.
No.
She's getting senile.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, a week, been your year. But I'll be there for you.
You know what's so funny? I had that bigger amplifier closer to her wall. With all the rounds on the wall. That was it. 3,000. I turn it. She's playing because of the sound.
You can barely hear it.
Right?
I thought it was pretty good. Good sound.
It is. I can really piss people off.
I know.
No, that's her living room. Her bed. Alexa, open message.
I'm not sure.
You watch it, she probably do that during the day too. You watch. I just think it's funny.
I think you need to watch your thing,
Huh?
your TV.
This TV is old. Alexa, open message.
2 for Dustin Coxus. 2 from Tiffany.
I can't wait till Abby comes home tomorrow so she can play with her new Barbies and new body toys.
Received in the last 5 minutes.
Alright, let's see. There we go. Oh! Done. Alright guys, that's it for the court dates. Everything came through. This live feed is now done. I'll see you back here in about a half hour.